Hi, we're in the kitchen. You don't have to bend down, you're in shot, Paul. I do know how to operate a camera. It's Thursday, isn't it? Thursday, yeah. Thursday.
Well, it's Thursday today.
Thursday today.
Yeah.
What do you mean for us?
Well, somebody might be watching it on a Saturday.
Well, no, but it's Thursday for us.
Yes.
This is a record of the time. And as promised, we're going to show the people that we showed the photograph of our no oven soda bread rolls.
Yeah, on Planet Vegetaria.
On Planet Vegetaria, we're going to show you how to
Make them.
Yes, all right. I'm just, narrating in a natural way.
I just thought I might fall asleep by the time you actually get onto it.
Okay, so these are, soda bread rolls, and we're not using the oven to bake them. No siree. Okay, so what we got, Paul?
So here we've got 250 grams of plain flour.
So that's plain flour.
This is plain flour. It is not bread flour. It's plain flour. You could use bread flour, but best to use plain flour with this. Then here we've got 260 grams of yogurt. This is live yogurt, which we think works better.
So this is plain yogurt. It's
Plain
not
yogurt.
got any sugar in it or anything like that. We're not
nothing.
using
No
vanilla
sugar.
yogurt.
No.
It's just
No.
plain yogurt, live yogurt.
Live yogurt. And then here we've got 1.5 teaspoons of baking powder.
Mm-hmm.
And we've got half a teaspoon of bicarbonate of soda. And that is baking soda in the
Did you say the
US.
grams of the flour?
Yeah, 250 grams of flour.
Okay. So what's...
And we're also going to use 2 teaspoons of apple cider vinegar.
That's organic, isn't it?
It's organic, but you could use any white vinegar that you want to.
And we've got olive oil there. That's for the cooking process.
This is for the cooking. We're going to actually be frying them, cooking them in a pan. So we need a little bit of oil.
Paul, what is the difference between baking powder and bicarbonate of soda?
Baking powder is bicarbonate of soda and cream of tartar.
Which is tartaric acid. Okay.
Bicarbonate of soda is obviously just bicarbonate of soda.
Pure bicarbonate.
Yeah.
Okay.
And what it is, it's the reaction between the acids in all of these that actually make things fluff up.
Okay, so the raising agents are all sort of working together here, aren't they?
Yeah.
The vinegar, the bicarb, and the yogurt.
Yeah, obviously if you use just yogurt and plain flour, you could actually make flatbreads. But we want them to puff up.
Okay.
So what we're going to do is add baking powder and the bicarbonate of soda to the flour. And then we're going to, let me just get that here. So we're just sieving this through, make it a bit lighter. I find the best way to sieve is like this, with the sieve at a bit of a tilt and banging with your hand. Just break those up.
And this is all this is also helping to combine the ingredients, isn't it? Because
go that way.
they have to be combined properly for a reaction to occur.
Yeah.
You don't want clumps of bicarb or baking powder.
No, absolutely.
No.
Let's just push that through. And then what we're going to do is we're going to add 2 teaspoons of cider vinegar to the yogurt, and again we're going to mix these through thoroughly. We're making sure that this is mixed through really well.
This is actually our lunch that you're making, isn't it, Paul?
It is.
We're going to be eating these freshly baked.
Yep.
Well, freshly cooked.
Okay, so we've got our dry ingredients and our wet ingredients. Just give that another stir. So the wet going into the dry. And then we're just going to mix that through. Now what will start happening is the yogurt, the vinegar and the bicarbonate of soda and the baking powder will start reacting with each other soon. You get more of a reaction when heat is added. So just pulling that together, clean fingers.
So this is slowly coming together as a dough.
Yeah.
Quite a sticky dough.
Yeah, it's sticky at the moment. As I work it, it's beginning to
Come together.
come together.
Yeah.
What I'm actually going to do now is pull it onto the work surface.
And it doesn't need to be kneaded, does it?
No, this doesn't need kneading, it needs literally
Bringing together
bringing together.
and mixing thoroughly,
Yeah.
because you don't want
Just turning
to.
it over.
You need to combine the ingredients, don't you? Really?
Yeah.
You don't want any pockets of flour or
No.
baking powder. So how does it feel compared to a bread dough?
It feels sort of softer, even though there's been no gluten to
What do you
bring
mean there's no
together.
gluten? There's gluten in flour.
There's gluten in flour, but this doesn't really have time to get the gluten going.
You're not working the gluten.
No. Okay, so
Is that thoroughly mixed, do you
Yeah.
think? Yeah?
that'll do.
Okay.
I'm just going to get a bit more flour. And then you're sort of putting it into a
The sausage.
sausage shape. And then we're going to be cutting that into 6. If you want to measure this out,
So in half first.
in half first, and then I'm doing 3s.
We can't really see as you're doing that because you're covering you.
Okay,
That's it.
so those.
So those are
lie
our
them down.
6
You
bread
can-
rolls
you
now.
lie them down. You can see that some are a bit more than the others.
Mhm.
So
You've just evened them out there a
just
little
even them out
bit.
a little bit.
Okay.
Put to one side, which we're going to be using up there. Just
So
round them a bit.
Gently shaping them.
And putting to one side. If you want to shape them perfectly, then obviously take time.
We're rustic.
Right, now we're just going to leave them like that for 15 minutes.
So it's been 15 minutes.
Yeah.
They haven't really changed, have they?
No, they're
So,
slightly more spongy, but not a great deal.
okay. So, how do we cook them, Paul?
We cook them in our frying pan.
We cook them in a frying pan.
You can use
Wow.
a griddle if you want, of course.
A griddle, but it needs to have a lid.
Yeah, it does need to have a lid. Now, the lid that we have for this one is quite... It's not a lid for this one, but the lid that fits this one is quite shallow. And when we've done these before, when they have puffed up, it's hit the lid.
So we're using foil.
What we're doing is we're using foil, and we've just shaped it a little bit to fit in like that. So that will just keep some of the heat in.
So it's also important, isn't it, to remember that it has to be a low heat.
Yeah, we're about to do that now.
Okay.
Yeah. So just turning the gas on for the right ring. Drop a... You don't need too much oil. Maybe that's a couple of teaspoons. Stirring it around. I put this onto a higher heat at the moment, but then we'll be dropping it down, as Richard said, to a low heat.
And yes, folks, we are using a Tefal, and it is a non-stick. It's one of the things that we do have. I know people don't think they're very
environmentally
friendly,
but
but we have one, and that's it. That's the end of the discussion.
Right, now
Is it hot enough?
it's hot enough, I can feel that, so I'm just placing them in. Put them out a bit. Okay, turn the heat down to low and popping that on. And then we're just going to leave that on a low heat now for 15 minutes. We're not going to check it, we're not going to do it, we're just going to leave it 15 minutes.
So we're literally going to leave it for 15 minutes. Okay, great. Okay, so it's been 15 minutes.
Yep.
Let's have a look. Ooh, they have puffed up.
They have puffed up. So we're just going to
Flip them.
flip them. This is a bit big for this.
Ooh, they're lovely golden brown.
Obviously you're doing this gently.
Yeah, you don't
so
want
you
to
don't
be
want to
pushing any of the air out.
air out.
Yeah.
So now I'm just manoeuvring them around, and again
Another 15 minutes.
another 15 minutes.
Great. Okay, Paul, so they should be completely cooked, shouldn't they?
Yeah.
Oh, yes. Very well cooked.
So turning them over now, obviously clean fingers. And
check that
I've
they're
got
cooked.
asbestos fingers as well. So use a thing that
Yes, so
better.
don't do what he
Um,
does.
And then just let them rest now. Like that.
Turn the heat off.
The heat is off. Double
Yeah.
check the heat's off. I'm just covering them again.
And how are we going to have these today? We're going to have them with cheese and tomato, aren't we?
We're going to have them
Warm.
with cheese and tomato, and we're also going to have some with grated cheese and black pepper, which was suggested yesterday.
We can't really see you there, but that's okay.
You can't see me?
No, the light is not great today because it's very dim, and the overhead lights just don't work with this camera. They flicker.
Yeah,
So
okay.
that's the
That's them.
Yeah, let's just have a final shot of them. These are the pan-cooked soda bread rolls. So I think they're very easy to make, I think you'll agree. And they are delicious.
And I'm going to do a version which has got mashed potato in as well, which will be like a potato file.
Yes.
So, yeah.
Okay, thank you. Okay, so Paul, you are going to cut one open and show us what it looks like in the centre. Oh, goodness me, it's crumbly. It's like a sort of crumbly muffin-y texture, isn't it?
Yeah, it's lovely.
We're going to eat these with cheese and tomato and some black pepper.
Yeah, and Barbara Hannay says that one of her favourite sandwiches is cheese and black pepper, so I'm going to have one just of that.
Yes, lovely. So we're having lunch now, and we'll see you very soon. Bye for now.
Bye.